Me, Detroit Lenny here, joined with Nick Earl Sports Bets, and Scott the Steamroller Stain here. Talk a little college football week 4 action, Saturday, September 21st, college football. You guys are going to like, share, subscribe. Use the promo code below. Save you 20% off your entire purchase. Picksandparlays.net when you're looking for both these handicappers. Premium plays, best bets. That's where you get the subscription packages. You got to head over to the website. The link's below in the video. Follow along, hit the like button. We're going to give you each 2 sides, 2 totals, or they are. I'm going to make this video entertaining because that's what I do. Clemson minus 20.5. 44.5 is the total. Nick Earl, you're going to start us off here. What are your thoughts? The Wolfpack and Clemson Tigers.
Yeah, I believe the look-ahead line for this game was, I think, 14.5 or 15 for Clemson. I got in at 21. I'm taking the Wolfpack in this game, and this is just one of those spots where I saw the way this line has moved, and I'm like, and I've got to say it's too far now. And I get it. The ultimate concern for the NC State Wolfpack, Grayson McCall got hurt last week, and he's not playing, so it'll be, I believe, redshirt freshman C.J. Bailey, who came in relief, 13 for 20 with 156 yards and interception, no touchdowns against Louisiana Tech last week. They moved the ball pretty well with him at quarterback, and if he's getting the reps week or the 1 reps all week long, I think he can be good enough. I think that this is a spot where, with the total this low, I think if NC State gets me 13 points, I can feel somewhat comfortable with them covering 3 touchdowns in this game.
Right.
One of those spots where I'm going to say this line has gone too far for me. I thought this line should be around 13 with McCall, maybe 17 with Bailey, and I'm getting 21 here. And it's not even like McCall looked that great this year either. Like in the first half, he looked terrible against Louisiana Tech. He looked terrible against Tennessee.
Yeah.
He didn't look good against Western Carolina. I don't think it's as much of a downgrade as people think it is. I'm on the Wolfpack here, getting all them points.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, and this line is all over. I see it down to right now, currently, as we film this, down to 18.5, as high as 20.5. So, take as many points as you can get with the Wolfpack, in my opinion. Nick Earl, NC State, and the Wolfpack. Now we're going to head over to, which is not a Rose Bowl matchup. This is a Big Ten regularly scheduled game. USC, Michigan. USC minus 5.5. Totals at 44.5. Scott Steen, what says you, my friend?
You know, Lenny, you don't have to be a Michigan State fan not to be impressed with this Michigan team so far. Just like much of America, we have watched the maize and blue score or play, and it just hasn't looked good at all, which explains the fact that USC is coming into the big house as almost a 6-point favorite in this one. I've got it at 5.5.
Yeah.
Michigan, 2-1 this season, but they've beat up on 2 little sisters of the poor, and even in their win against Arkansas State, they were unable to keep the Red Wolves off the field, and they let them, if not score, pick up 2 or 3 first downs, flip the field, and force Michigan to go the length to come back and try to put points on the board. They got a nice win over Fresno. Fresno's a decent team, but they can't stop anybody on the ground.
Right,
and
yeah.
Like I said, they've been able to run to victory in both these games. But when they played a real defense in Texas, things didn't go so well. Put up just 284 total yards, including a paltry 80 on the ground. Now, the Trojans defense never going to be confused with the Horns, but they're a hell of a lot better than Fresno or Arkansas State. On the offensive side, this is a really well-balanced USC offense. I like this team a lot now that they've got a new defensive coordinator and unloaded the Grinch who stole the defense. This is a real team. They've got 2 great running backs in Marks and Joyner. Miller Moss has been fantastic, averaging over 300 yards in each of his games. I don't think Big Blue is up to the task here. USC is favored for a reason, and I'm riding it. With Michigan, they've got 2 quarterbacks, which means they have no quarterbacks.
Right. Yeah, I'll tell you, it's hard to bet, even as a State fan, to bet against Michigan at home. I just feel like there's a pride factor, big house, but then you do the numbers, and they're just not on this caliber. I'm on USC minus a bajillion here. I look forward to an embarrassing Michigan Wolverine loss. on Saturday. Guys, don't forget, like, share, subscribe. If you haven't already, head over to picksandparlays.net and use the promo code LENNY20. Save you 20% off everybody's premium plays at the website, picksandparlays.net. Now, we're going to keep this party going. Scott Steen's going to talk Utah and them Utes and Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State -2.5. Totals 52.5. What says you, Scott?
This is the first Big 12 game ever for the Utah Utes. They're traveling to Stillwater to play the Cowboys. Maybe check out Eskimo Joe's and those delicious chicken wings while they're there. Alert the media. Cam Rising is expected to play. Man, I'll tell you what, there is nobody that is more on the fence every week about whether they're going to play or not than Cam Rising. And it's been reflected in the line, as you've seen, like a 4 or 5 point swing, depending on whichever way the wind is blowing with Rising's injury. He's it's always hard to get college injury information, but apparently he dislocated a finger, also had a cut that required some stitches. The Oklahoma State offense, it's been clicking, man. They're putting up 42.7 points per game, over 440 total yards, but they have struggled to run the football. I don't understand how that is. They've got Ollie Gordon, supposedly one of the best in the land. They've got a super experienced offensive line, yet they haven't been able to do it. This Utah defense, always stout. And in their one game against a Power 4 school this season, they held Baylor to 223 yards total, including just 2.7 yards per carry on the ground and 40 totes. That's even more impressive when you consider that Bears running back Dawson Pendergrass broke off a big one for 40+, but the only other run that went longer than 6 yards went for 10. I'll tell you what, that Bears offense was stoned more than Jeff Spicoli in that game. I don't know why the Cowboys can't run the ball, but I doubt they solve their problem against this Utah defense. When they drop back to pass, you're going to see the Utah defensive ends, Fillinger and O'Toole in the backfield. They've already got 7 sacks this season between them. This is a good offensive line. Haven't given up a sack yet. I don't care. This Utah defense may be the best one they face all season. With Rising nursing a hand injury, I expect to see Utah run the ball until the Cowboys can stop them. Spoiler alert, I think we're going to be waiting a while to see that happen. Give me the under 52.5 in this one.
All right, there you go. Utah and Oklahoma State under 52.5 from Scott Steen. Now we're going to move it on here to Nick Earl. Finishes off Miami -16.5 and USF. What are we doing here? 65.5 you got for a total, Nick Earl. Where are you going?
Yeah, looking at this spot for me, I kind of see the Bulls as a live dog in this game if you're looking at the side in this one, but we're going to go with the over 65.5 in this spot here. Now, we've seen Miami's offense look really strong to start the year, 41, 56, and 62. However, it's against the Florida Gators, who have really struggled this year, the powerhouse of Florida A&M, the Rattlers, and Ball State. Now, I laid the points with Miami last week against Ball State in their 62-0 win. They were 37-point favorites in that game. They took care of business as they should. South Florida, though, they've been a nice little sneaky team this year. They are coming in off of a 49-24 win. Their offense was clicking against Southern Miss. They put up 16 points against Bama, which is a little worrisome, but they fought tooth and nail with Bama. They lost that game 42-16. That was 14-13 heading into the fourth quarter, so don't be fooled by that score right there. And they beat Bethune-Cookman. They put up 48 points in there. Now, I don't see South Florida slowing down Miami's offense. Miami is still going to get theirs. But I think this game is going to be a game where the Bulls cover because they are able to put up points along with Miami in this game to keep it somewhat close. And I can see both these teams getting in the 30s for this matchup. I like the over 65.5. And don't be surprised if the Bulls potentially win this game outright.
Oh, look at that little sprinkle action on a money line for Nick Earl here. I like the bonus action, but I do love the shootout here. Miami gets theirs. Hurricane Nation. Shout out. Miami Hurricanes, South Florida, over 65.5 from Nick Earl. Don't forget, guys, like, share, subscribe. If you haven't already, drop in the comment section also what you guys are into for college football. Side, total, play along. We can't just win them all. You guys got winners. Share. This is a sharing community. We give, you give. Come on, like, share, subscribe. Nick Earl, quick recap. NC State plus the points, plus 20.5 here from Nick Earl. And he also likes the Hurricanes, South Florida, over 65.5. Scott Steen likes the USC Trojans to embarrass the Michigan Wolverines. I said it. And Scott Steen also likes the Utah Utes, Oklahoma State, under 52.5. I'm Detroit Lenny, picks and parlays. Good luck unless you're against us, folks. Thanks for watching.